I want to talk to you about week one. Bit of a big game to start the 100th season of the NFL. We're going to be there. Can you tell me how much you're looking forward to week one?
Oh, you're always looking forward to playing, our rival, which is one of the most storied and biggest rivals in the entire NFL, really in the country. People get excited to see that game, and we get excited to play it. So looking forward to it.
What would the vibe be like around the city ahead of that game, with it being against the Packers? They're coming to town from not very far away either, and the rivalry that comes with it. You're taking on Aaron Rodgers yourself.
They're probably going to close down a bunch of hotels, so they don't have anywhere to stay, so they might have to come in the same day. But it should be fun. People really get behind that rivalry. People really support our team, and they can't wait for Soldier Field, especially. It's going to be a primetime type show.
Do you get excited to take on the type of quarterback of that level anyway, Aaron Rodgers, compared to guys who maybe have a slightly lesser stature?
I think this. You have to be prepared any Sunday to play at your best. Is Aaron Rodgers one of the best quarterbacks in the league? Yes, he is. Do we look forward to that type of competition as a defense when we were one of the top defenses in the league? We sure do.
Talking of that defense, obviously last year one of the top-ranked defenses in the league. Is the Monsters of the Midway returning? Does that get talked about within the locker room?
We don't want to put any names on it, right? And, we want to stand up to the rich history of Chicago Bears defense. And that's a lot, man. We got to be hard-hitting, tough, aggressive. And that's what we look to live up to.
Do you ever get word from those guys, the likes of Singletary and these kind of guys? Do you ever hear from those guys in terms of influence?
I think that's one of the beautiful things about Chicago. And I know I've been talking about the history for multiple of your questions, but it's just so rich, and there's so many. Think about how many Hall of Famers on defense that we have, right? And I think the beautiful thing about that is that those guys come back to events, to the facility, and younger guys like myself get a chance to meet them and see what it takes to be great.
And in their company, is that an influence for the season ahead to be in those guys' company when they do come into the facility?
Oh, most definitely, because they are behind us. We're continuing the legacy, right? We are supposed to uphold what Chicago Bear defense is supposed to look like. So when you get to meet those guys, it just puts a good weight on you to say, I got to carry the load and make sure that our team, is as dominant as it can be.
What can this team achieve next season? Obviously, you had a great season yourself last year. A certain Khalil Mack, had a ridiculous season when he signed for the Bears. What can this team achieve next year in terms of thinking about the team as a whole unit, the defense plus the offense, which was vastly improved when Matt Nagy took over?
We can achieve really whatever we want, whatever we put in the tank. It can be great. It's just a matter of doing it and making sure we're on the right path and not getting ahead of ourselves, because it's much easier to have a really good season and fall off than it is to progress. So we got to make sure that in our minds we're focused on taking the next step rather than just being complacent. And with the type of locker room that we have, I have no doubt that we have the right mindset.
Who are the big leaders in that locker room?
Everybody. That's the beautiful thing about it. When you have a group of guys that all want to see us do better, we're all going to put that extra effort and take that extra step. And so, it's nice to have 1, 2, 3 leaders, right? But when you have an entire team that says, I want to be better for the next guy, it works.
And is that led by the coaches as well as the players? Is it that kind of cohesive unit? Everyone is buying into the same thing ahead of next year?
It's everybody. Our entire culture is together. We're very unified, and I think that just breeds success.
And obviously looking forward to coming to this place. What are your thoughts on Tottenham's new stadium so far?
I'm excited, man. I've liked seeing the stadium. I can give you no, I'm kidding. No, what I'll say is this. I think that it's very modern. I like the cockerel on top of the stadium. You didn't know that was a cockerel, did you?
I did.
You did? Okay, I didn't. But I think it's pretty cool, man.
Did you think it was a chicken?
I didn't know what the heck it was, honestly. I'm excited, though. Now that I know what it is, I can tell other people. I can tell my teammates when we get here, hey, man, that's a cockerel. You sound like the smartest guy in the room.
That is good. You're going to be the knowledgeable guy. Like, hey, wait. Let's have a look up there.